Hi, this is Tino with Bluesy News. We're at Winter NAMM 2016. I'm here with Brian Rothschild, and we are in front of the John Lennon Educational Tour Bus. This isn't a normal tour bus. Tell us about it.
It's not normal at all. No, this is a mobile recording studio and video production suite that's dedicated to providing young people with free opportunities to create music, video, short films, any kind of digital media content. The Lennon Bus is equipped to handle. So we have 3 crew members who live on board the bus, which is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3. There are 3 producer engineers who live on board and actually work with the students that they meet on a very almost daily basis. So the students will come on, they'll introduce themselves, the crew members will get to know who they are, and in the course of a single day they'll collect all the assets. They'll often be, if they're working on an original song, they'll write an original song, they'll record it, they'll create a concept for a video and shoot that video, and by the end of the day they've collected all the assets for the completed project. So that's a very significant part of the work of the bus. So
when you go into a certain state, let's say, how does a certain school district pull those students? Is it a competition? Yeah, no, it's not really about competition because, you know, the opportunity is really meant to inspire young people of all levels and abilities. So sadly, as we well know, there are many places where there is no music or arts education, or the digital divide is so vast that there's no connectivity in that school. So many times we're working with students who've never touched a keyboard, strummed a guitar, heard themselves on a mic, ever really used any kind of professional camera or been introduced to a workflow for production. So these are the kinds of skills that students are getting exposed to. So we work with school districts, with superintendents of schools and school boards, local elected officials, and other local partner organizations. So typically the students are actually chosen on the very local level by teachers or by organizers at different community centers. So today we have 3 students on board doing something very special for us because we have Dr. John on board. And he's going to be performing here at the NAMM show on Friday at our Imagine Party. That's really a celebration of music education. So he's working with these 3 students right now on one of his songs, and then they're going to get to perform it with him on Friday evening. Wow. So the students here were selected by the bass players from an organization called A Place Called Home that's based in LA. It's associated with Berkeley City Music Network. And then the drummer and the guitarist are from the Fernando Pullum Community Arts Center in downtown LA. So these are both partner organizations that we've worked with before. And so the answer, very, very long answer to your question, they select the students in this case. Nice, nice. Now, the organization, LennonBus.org. Talk about the organization that's behind it. Well, you know, obviously we couldn't have created the bus without the support of Yoko Ono. Has been an incredible inspiration for the bus and for the mission of the work. So ultimately Yoko is behind it. Wow. I had the good fortune of working with her on developing the idea many years ago. Now we have another bus as well as this one in the US. We have another one in Europe, Lennon Bus Europe. Wow, that launched in 2013. And then obviously it would not at all be possible if we didn't have the support of all of the sponsors that make the Lennon Bus, you know, what it is. You know, Apple, Canon, Yamaha, OWC, Genelec. The list really has been one made up of organizations, companies that believe in the mission of the bus, see the future, the next generation of musicians and artists coming from projects like the Lennon Bus. So everything that's on board has really been provided by sponsors. So every connector was provided by Neutrik. You know, every hard drive was provided by OWC. Audio-Technica microphones, everything has been provided by sponsors. And on the music product side, obviously, many of them are NAMM exhibitors. So the NAMM show is a really significant place for us. And this is the kickoff of our 2016 tour. And it's a fitting location for it. The NAMM Foundation is a very significant partner
for the Lennon Bus. We've been involved in their Best Communities for Music Education initiative over the last 3 years, in which we actually go to 6 or 7 of the communities that were selected as having the best music education programs, and we'll actually go to these communities and do what we do. We'll set up and produce original music and video sessions. We actually provide the live stream capabilities for their Support Music Coalition forums, which bring stakeholders and educators locally together to discuss what's working and what's not working in music education in their communities. And the Lennon Bus and our students are actually producing the live stream behind that, using our Canon cameras and our partners with LiveView and New Tech, Totocast. These are all of our live stream partners. And also new for this year is a much deeper relationship with Juniper Networks, who came on very, very strong, wanted to support the bus, and is helping us working with bridging that digital divide as we're going to school districts, showing them the kinds of technology that they need to make sure that they provide their students with the 21st century learning activities that they need to be engaging in.
Well, and you've been involved in since the inception of it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, was it your idea?
It was.
Wow. So basically, what schools can't do when people like you, humanitarians and philanthropists, get together, you saw everybody just step right up.
I actually really did. I mean, we started, Yamaha Corporation of America was our founding sponsor. They, were the very first company that I went to when I first had the idea, and Yoko and I really developed it, and they are involved with us still today. So it's really the industry as a whole that has embraced the idea of the Lennon Bus, and clearly it's not just the sum of its parts. There's something extra special about it because it has John Lennon's name
Absolutely.
on it, and people bring that to the Lennon Bus experience. They know that it's a cool studio and that we have the latest gear and products on board, and that's amazing. And I'm a big gearhead myself, and obviously here at NAMM, that's something that everybody probably shares. But that extra special connection to the legacy of John, the music, the songwriting, the lyrics, the activism, the peacemaker.
Absolutely.
These are things that still ring true today, and a lot of times people ask if kids are connected to John, if they know who John is,
right.
And the truth
that's
of
important.
The truth of it is that as compared to when we started, so many more kids are connected to classic rock, to really the great music of the last 50 years, and at the top of that list is certainly the Beatles.
Absolutely.
I think it's just because of all of the connection to different genres that the internet has provided. Kids are just not segmented into little niches. They can like EDM and the Beatles and hip hop and country music, and that's really the future. So increasingly they do know who he is, but we also do some education with it. We talk to students about who John and what John and Yoko did together as well.
Absolutely. Well, Brian, thank you for your vision, your hard work, and really when people imagine, a lot can happen. This is Brian. We're at Winter NAMM 2016.
Imagine peace.